uh, about the UCS and the WCS. You can use it as like if there is, let me bring it back to the default. Okay, so suppose you are working on a project, you are creating a plan, and suppose there is a north direction. So for creating the north direction, I'm using Polyline. So Polyline is a tool which allow you to create a single component, a single object with lines and arcs. So I'm going to create a point first, and then I can define another point to create a segment line, and I can give that line a width, or with the half width I can give a thickness to it. So width option is available here, so I can directly provide the width. So now I'm going to provide like 5 or 50. Let's check it, and the ending width will be same 50. So 50 is too much. Okay, so width will be just 2. And with the ortho mode on, that is F8 is the shortcut key for ortho mode, and I'm giving the length that it will be 15. And for the arrowhead, I'm going to define the width again. For this, the starting width will be 5 and the ending width will be 0. Okay, and here I'm going to provide like 10. Yeah. Okay, so this is one single component. That is the benefit of using Polyline. And with this rotate, I'm going to rotate it. So suppose this direction is the north. Okay, and what we can do, like after creating our project, we can rotate it after that also, or else we can align with that. We can align our UCS and work along that direction. So that can be done also. Okay, so you can move and align. Click over here. That will be the origin point, and after that align with this. Yes. Okay, so this way you can also work. Okay, now let's know about other tools. That is line first. So line is basically to create line segments which will have a finite length. So to create a line segment, minimum number of points required is 2. So first you can specify on the 0, 0, and then you can specify at any point. So if you want to create in a specific angle, so for that what you can do, you can provide the angle with the length. So for that you can create, uh, you can define the coordinate, that is polar coordinate, at the rate and the length like 50, and then the less than symbol, then the angle like 150. Okay, so this way you can create your line in a specific angle direction. And simply, if you are not creating at this point, even that or not in the origin point, not at the origin point, if you are defining at any random point, then you want to define at the x direction. So simply press at the rate. So then from this point the length will be calculated. So that's why we provide at the rate. At the rate, then like 50 comma 0. Okay, so that's at the rate when we provide at the rate and simply provide x coordinate and y coordinate, so that's normal absolute Cartesian coordinate, and we provide at the rate and the length less than angle, so that's a polar coordinate system. Okay. So this way we can create lines, and let's check circle. We learned about line, polyline, and let's know about circle. So we have 6 different ways to draw circles in AutoCAD. These 6 different methods. So see, there are 3 categories. This is one category, this is second, this is third category. So these 3 category based on creation method. So this is center, this is point based, and this is tangent based. Okay, so you can see this the first option in this category is center radius, and second option is center diameter. Means first you will define the center and then radius, and for this second option center and diameter. Okay, and this 2 point and 3 point, and then tan radius, tan. So we will learn it through a drawing. Okay, so I have a drawing. Let's create that with circles and lines, and another option is trim. So I will trim and extend options are available, so that I will show while working on it. I will discuss while working on it. So now let's create a line which has length like 50, just the length. So now line, and with ortho mode on, can create straight line. Simply you can also define the length in that direction 50, and now I can create a parallel line in a specific distance. Okay, so for that I have this offset. The shortcut is O enter, or the command is O enter. Simply press O enter, then offset will be activated, and then you have to specify the distance. Okay, so let's define the offset distance, and then I'll select the main object, then in which direction I need to place the offset. So I have to place my mouse pointer in that direction and click on it. Okay, so this way we will create parallel lines. So offset is to create parallel lines, or you can create if it is a closed object, as because this is open object. So for open objects we can create parallel duplicate objects in a specific distance. If it is a closed object, so that we can create concentric in a specific distance. Now I will place circle. Okay, so the distance between it is 10, right? So I can, if I place with center radius, how can I place center over here? So for that, what I will do, if I am going with center radius, I shouldn't be going with center radius, I should be going with 2 point. So this 6 different ways are there, so you can go with whatever you like. So if you are going with center radius, so how you can define the center over here? So for that, if you hold the shift button and right click, you will get these options for choosing particular snap points. Okay, so here I'm getting mid between 2 points. So I have to specify these 2 points, first point, second point, and see between these 2 points the midpoint has been taken. Okay, now I can define the radius. So up to this is the radius. All right, same way I can define the center and diameter. So you can try center and diameter. Now 2 point is the points of the diameter endpoint of any circle. So we are going to define the diameter endpoints. So this is the first diameter endpoint of that circle and second diameter point of that circle. Okay. Now I don't need this inner part of the circle. So what I'll do, I will trim. So there is this option trim. Okay. So I can simply trim it and click. Okay. So this is the use of trim in the updated 2021 version. Suppose you are using trim in older version of AutoCAD. So for that you had to press enter and then you have to use trim. Now you don't have to press any enter, just click on it and you can simply trim. Okay. So that's the best part of AutoCAD 2021. And you can trim hatch also in this latest version. Okay. Now let's create another line that will be the center vertical line. So I can create at any length I can create, or up to the total length I can create also. So let me check what is the total length. So the total length is okay. So now let's go with any particular length, and now if I need at this point, so I can mirror it. So for that I'll select this only. See how easily I can select with that blue window selection. Okay, and at that top I need to place it. So I will, after selection I will press enter and I will choose this mid point as the first point of mirror axis, and then the second point will be placed horizontally from the first point. Erase source object, no, I need this. If I only if I need to only mirror it, then I would erase it, but I need these two, so I'll press no here. Okay, so this is the function. Now we will learn about rectangle, creating rectangle. So rectangle, we need it most of the time, so we can create our particular area in this infinite model space. So first I can define at the origin, the first point I can define at the origin 0, 0, and then the other corner point, the opposite corner point from it. So then it will, the x direction and the y direction, uh, the x value and the y value from the first point will define the length and the width of that rectangle. So you can define like what is the A4 size you can define, or you can define the A3 size. So let's define the A3, that is 420 by 297. Press enter, and with the mouse scroll button, just double click on it. Yes, it will fit into your screen. Okay, so you know how to use your mouse. So to select any tool or any object, use left key or left mouse button. To zoom in and zoom out, you will and for pan you will use mouse middle button, and to have more options you will use right click. So the 420 and 297 rectangle is created. Suppose you need to done with smoother corner of this rectangle, so that you also can do. So for that, in the rectangle itself has the option fillet, and if you need to just only cut in the angular, so that you can go with chamfer. So we have these options. So let's explore the chamfer first. So chamfer will cut your corners in a angular direction. So we have to specify the chamfer distance. So first chamfer distance, let's provide 25, and then second chamfer distance is 15. Okay. Let's again specify the 0, 0, enter, and then your next corner point, opposite corner point's coordinate is 420, 297, enter. So here you can see, you can ask me that which one is the first chamfer distance and second chamfer distance. So it will circulate this way, that from the first point it will take the first chamfer distance, then here it will go for the second chamfer distance, then first chamfer distance. Okay. Or if it is this way, if it is going like first chamfer distance, then the second chamfer distance, then first chamfer distance, then second chamfer distance, then first chamfer distance. So this way it will take. All right. And next, in between that, if you need to place margin, so you can go with margin. So go with the fillet. So for fillet radius, you can specify 20 or 10 will be the fillet radius. Okay. So suppose your margin will be 50. 50 will be the margin from each side, left, right, bottom, top. So then for that, what will be the coordinate, the first coordinate? So that you can specify like 50, 50, right? The first coordinate is the 50, 50 is the first coordinate. Then your second coordinate will be like 370 by 370, 257, enter. Okay. Probably I'm wrong. So for that, if you don't know the actual coordinates, so how you can specify? So that's because why I have done the mistake. So fillet, then go with that radius, and you know the first coordinate point. So you can specify that is 50, 50, right? And now you probably know what is the length and what is the width, right? So for that, this dimension option is available. This dimension option is available, and there you can provide that length here. So what will be the length? That will be 320, right? 320, entered, and the width will be 197, enter. And you have to place at this direction. So you can define in which direction, cause length, the length in this direction and this direction is the same, and the width in this direction and this direction is the same. So you have to specify and then click, it will be finalized. All right. Suppose you need to bring this back at the with the sharp corner rectangle. So what you can do, you can press Control 1, and you can change the sorry, the chamfer option is not available here. So in the properties, the chamfer option is not available. So for that, what you can do is you can go with fillet, or chamfer option is there for manually changing it, or even after that, after creating it, you can change it. So you can go with the fillet or the chamfer. So in the chamfer, distance should be 0 and 0, and then select it. Okay. So as because this is a polyline, a single object, the rectangle is a single object, that is polyline. So you have to select the polyline and then select it. Okay. So now, as because that option, just let me check chamfer, as because the trim option was selected as trim, so no trim you can do it. So select polyline and go with this, or else this chamfer is not working here. So fillet, go with the fillet to make the sharp. So fillet radius is 0 and select this polyline and then click on it. It's not bringing it back at the sharp corner. Okay, let me check just once. If I go with the single only, okay, so it's not taking here, cannot. So for that, what I can do, I can, as because this is a single object right now, I can break into its components. So into its segments, I can break it into multiple objects. It's now as a single object, all the segments connected as a single object. Now I can break it with this explode option. This explode available. If I select and enter, it will break all its components. Okay, now I can fillet with radius 0. I can simply select and select it. What's okay? So there is something wrong with the settings. There is something wrong with the settings. Fillet radius, that should be done. Okay, so for now let's ignore it. There are some settings might be changed. Okay, so I will definitely I will tell you about what is settings. If there is anything changed and what is the problem, I will definitely find it out and I'll disclose to you. Okay, so let's go to another options, that is elevation. Elevation is that when you are creating a rectangle, so you are placing at the XY plane. So with the elevation, you can give it a height and it will be placed at some distance in Z direction. So you can give elevation height like 250, and if you place at this point, and you can define the dimension, that is 320 197, and now you can check from the front view. Okay, to be placed at that elevation height distance. Okay, now again come back to top view. We have another option, that is thickness. So thickness, it will provide like width, it will provide like a thickness but in the Z direction. For this rectangle, it will provide in the Z direction. Okay, so let's give thickness like 250. I'm going to provide thickness 250, and this sorry, I won't provide that in the elevation, so I have to change the elevation back to 0 again. So thickness is 250, elevation is 0, and here I will place it like place like 250 comma 250. Okay, and just a second. Okay. So now you can check it from the front view or any left right view. Okay. So here you can see this is the elevation. So this is the height. You can check it from the isometric. So this is the height. You can check it. All right. So this is a 2D object. Even if I change the visual style, this is a 2D object. Okay, this is like a paper. This is a 2D object. So you can convert this into 3D. Okay, so convert solid option is there. Convert. Okay, convert to solid, and if you select this and press enter, so this is it will be converted as a solid. You see, this is a 3D solid. If I undo it, and if you check it, this is polyline. Okay, and after done with convert to solid, the command is convert to solid. Simply convto solid, convert to solid, select it and press enter, and that will be converted to solid. Okay, come back to top again, and now this width option is available. Width, it's like the same polyline width. Okay, so let's define the width value like 20 if you're providing the width value, and it will create like this. Okay, so now why I'm getting this kind of, as because it has the width and the thickness as well. Okay, so with this you can create your if you're creating a 2D plan simply, but you want to get a 3D effect, it's these things will give the value to the architects. To it will be benefited for the architects, because while creating a 2D plan, you can add 3D effects. So that you can do with this thickness and width both. So for fillet, let me do 0, and the thickness, let me provide anything, the thickness, because in the plan view it won't be visible. So the width, which is like the wall width, interior wall width. Okay, and now you can have this. Okay, and if you make it in the 2D wireframe, so it will be simply like this. Okay, and if you check it in 3D, so you will get like this. All right, so this is simply a polyline. It's not 3D object, it's simply a polyline, a 2D object. Okay, so now let's come back to top view. We have some other options. This arc is there, so we have different type of creation of arc. To create arc, we have like almost 11 methods to draw arc. So these are very simple. Just simply select the 3 points. So creating or selecting this is very, but to identify which method will be easier for you, or the requirement in the project will be suitable, that identifying the right procedure, right method is the difficult one and the absolute mind. It need absolute mind. So that you can understand while exploring this with projects and tasks. So select select this 3 point, first point, then without this ortho mode on, I'm going to define the first point, third point, sorry, second point and third point. This is very simple. Just you have to define that the start, center, end. You have to mean in this order you will be define the point, and the first point you will define that will be taken as start point, then second will be taken as center, then third will be taken as end. This way all these options are available. So you have to create, you have to select in that order. So let me select, let me find out any drawing if I have. Just a second, let me find out. Sorry guys, it's been misplaced somehow. I'm not getting it. Okay, don't worry. I'll find it out for the next class. I thought it was there. I already have. Okay. Okay. So this these arcs are very easy. Uh, so now let's go with this ellipse. Okay. So center and axis center. We have two different ways to create ellipse, and after that elliptical arc. That is a different thing. So let's explore how we can create ellipse with these two methods, that is center and axis end. So first of all, let's create the center with the center option. So the first point will be defined as the center. Then we all know that ellipse has two axes. So the first one is major axis and the another one is minor axis. So after specifying the center, you have to specify another point of that axis. So the opposite will be taken at the same distance from the center, okay, and the second axis one point of another axis. So according to that, your ellipse will be defined. So you can simply click on it. So this way you can specify this with the proper distance. So let's specify at the center 0, 0, and then the first endpoint of our first axis is 0, 50 or 55, 0, 55, and then the second axis endpoint, one endpoint that we will define as the 30, 0. Okay, just a second. Center, that is 0, 0, enter, and the first is 0, 50 is the first axis endpoint, and then 30, 0. Okay, and the second axis I will define with axis endpoint. Axis endpoint. So here you have to define first axis two endpoints, and then the another one only one point. Another axis is one endpoint you have to define. So let's define our first axis two endpoint. So first endpoint will be 0, 50. Enter. Okay, so I define 0, 55 or the 0, 50. So I can check it. Okay, so I define 0, 50, right? So for that, you can go to control 1, and here you can change those things. From the properties palette, you can change it. Okay. So again, go to axis endpoint, and then your first is 0, 50, and the second one will be 0, minus 50. So now what happened? I have done, but what happened as because this F12 or dynamic input is on, this is dynamic input with this mouse crosshair. You can see the one window is there where the input is shown, is displayed. So that is dynamic input. So because of that, it taken as absolute coordinate. You can check it if you press. See, I haven't pressed at the rate for that 0, minus 50, but it has taken as because that dynamic input is on, and in that dynamic input default setting is for the coordinate system is absolute coordinate system. So that's why. So I'll press Control Z if it is, so it's not taking. So again go with 0, 50, enter, and now what I'll do is that I will press hash. Okay, I will just press hash and then 0, minus 50. Even that the coordinate is default coordinate is your absolute, but when you specify hash, it will be taken as absolute. Okay. Uh, sorry. That is relative. The default for this dynamic input, the default coordinate system is set as relative coordinate system, and when you specify hash, it will be taken as absolute coordinate system. Okay. So then the next axis only one endpoint, so that will be 25, 0. Enter. Okay. Now I can draw a line. And then we have this elliptical arc. Elliptical arc option is available. So in this elliptical arc, so first of all you have to create a ellipse. Then you have to define what is the start point of your arc and what is the end point of your arc. So for that, the default is your end point. The axis for elliptical arc creation method is the default axis end. So if you choose this center, so then the default will be center. So here you are getting this option at this command line window, this center. So then you can define this center. Okay, center. Then the first endpoint of your first axis, that can be defined as like 36. Okay, and then here you can define it as 40, in this direction 40, sorry, means 20, only one endpoint, so 20, enter. And what is now the start angle? So this is the start angle, and there you can place the end. So this way you can define elliptical arc. Okay, and next again I'm going to show you. So for the center, select the center, and you can define that is like 13, and then like 20, you can define 20. Okay, so this is the start and this is the end. Okay, now let me, if I need this at this section and this at this section, means the diagonally opposite. So diagonally opposite, so what I can do, I can do with the mirror. I can do with the mirror, but for that I don't have that angle, but I can define with the mirror. So I'll show you the two option, the rotate and the mirror, and you will tell me that which option is easier. So I'll select mirror, and then these two object has been selected and press enter, and the first point of mirror line is this, and then you can go with I need at the opposite. I need at the opposite. So how can I get it? With the mirror, it is very much difficult, right? With the mirror option, it is very much difficult. So I must select this rotate option. This two has been selected. Press enter, and then the base point. This is the base point, and now what I'll do, I won't simply copy it. Sorry, I won't simply rotate it. I will rotate with copy. So before specifying the rotation angle, I have to select this copy. I have to select this copy, and then what will be the rotation angle? That is 180. Enter, and it will be placed very simply. So that is the function of rotate with copy. Now I can fillet this corner. So for that we have this radius, we have to specify the radius, that is 10. And now what I'll do, I won't trim it. So see this, by default this trim option is selected. Suppose what if you select this two line, what will happen, the other part of this line will be trimmed, but I need to trim this half and this half and this half. So for that I shouldn't be do like that. I have to check that option, trim. So that should be selected as no trim, and then provide the radius, it is 10, and then select the vertical line and select this side of this horizontal line. Now see one thing, that the fillet operation only done once, and again I have to select that fillet. Again I have to select that fillet, but with that same radius I need multiple operation at a time. So what I should do, I should specify this radius and then I should go for this multiple option, and then this single command I can have the multiple time. Okay, the same radius. Now I will just trim it, this part, select trim, and okay. So you can see this design is done. All right, so next we have one more option, that is polygon. So polygon, with this we can have more than two sides of closed object. What is the maximum number of sides in polygon, for polygon in AutoCAD? That is 1024. That is the maximum number of sides for polygon. You can create triangles with this. So you have to, for this you have to specify center. You can specify edge as well. So for that you have to click on this edge, the first point of the edge, and the next point of the edge will define the length of the edge. Okay, and here you can define at the rate 250, 0, enter. So that is each side are same. You can check it from the aligned option, from the aligned dimension you can check it. Okay, we have another option to check our dimension. This is to place the dimension. This is to place the dimension. To check the dimension, never use this. For that we have DI, distance. Select this point and this point. So here it will show you what is the distance and all other things. So if you press F2, you'll get the details again. All right. You can place, sorry, with the polygon. So minimum number of sides 3. You can place with the edge. This is the edge. This is the edge. You can place. All right. So this way you can place it. Now, if you are going with the center, suppose you are going with the center polygon, and number of side is 3, and if you are specifying the center, so for that this geometric center of this triangle, and then you have to specify either it is inscribed or circumscribed. Okay, so inscribed or circumscribed, that you have to define. Okay, all right, and this, just a second, let me receive that call. Yes. So next, with that same, I will define that center. I will define the center, and then I will define the circumscribe. Now you can see the same center. I am getting this much of that circle. Okay, the same point I am going to define that radius, and it's taking that as the. Let me show you again. And for this one I will change the color of this. so that you can easily distinguish. Polygon, number of sides is 3, and the center I will choose this, and then inscribed, I'll choose inscribed, and now this is okay. And again same polygon, so for that I will not again choose it, I will just simply press enter so that the previous command will be activated. The number of side is 3, I'll press enter, and the center is the same, this is the center, right? So if you place here over the circumference of this triangle, you'll get this center, okay? Or you can check if this is the right center, yes. And then circumscribed, so you are spacing here, see, okay. So that will be bigger, the means that is out of that circle. If you specify the center radius, that is this circle, so here you can see this polygon is circumscribed of this circle and this is inscribed of this circle. So this way it is created. Now let me show you, we have some other drawing options under this drop down arrow. So we have X line and ray line. X line is very useful to create plan. While creating plans, we will use construction line. So I will define a point first, that I'm defining 0, 0, and then through which point it will pass, I have to define that point, and in that direction it will go infinite, and the opposite direction also. So I'm going to define this and see, and it will be continuing the creation until you press escape button. Again go to this drop down arrow, or the command is XL. XL is the command, and you specify the point, or you can click on that point, and then you can, if ortho mode is on, so then you can get straight lines, and you have to specify the through point, okay. And after that you can simply use offset to define the offset value for your plans. So we'll explore that also. Now we have another option is ray line. So with that name you can guess that it will go only one direction. So you have to specify a start point, and then you have to define the through point. That point will direct that line, and it will go infinite only on that particular direction. So it is infinite. So same way you can select this ray line, or you can go with the command RAY, enter, specify the point, and then specify the through point direction. In that direction it will go infinite, okay. And then you can use offset to have your finite boundary, and then trim it. Next we have some other objects like helix and donut. Those are very useful to create any like if you are working for any mechanical parts, if you are creating 3D mechanical parts, so that will help you to have those threads. So those kind of objects can be created with helix. So it's a spiral object. It needs to be defined the base radius first. So you can define the base radius, that is 500, and the top radius. If your top radius is same, so it will match. So you can define the top radius as same, so you can just press enter, and then you can define the height. So let me define the height like again 500 only. Okay, and let me show you in the 3D. Here you can see. Even after that, if you need to change, you can change with these options. These are the grip points. These are called grip points. So with this grip points, you can move it. You can drag it. You can means you can change the height. Okay. So with these options, and this option will help you to get more turns. This currently having only 3 turns, and with this, sorry, I think this one, okay, no, none of it have the turns option, so you can only increase or decrease the base radius and top radius and the height. And if you want to change the turns, so you can simply press Ctrl 1 for the properties palette, and then you can change the turns here. Let's change it to 5. The turn height you can specify 500. Okay, the top radius you can match it again. Okay, and the twist direction counterclockwise is the default. You can make it clockwise. Okay, so you can change this way. But if you are checking from the top view, it will look like a circle. Okay, so this is about helix. So we will discover how we can use for creating some 3D objects. Let's come back to top view again, and now we have some this kind of shapes. So create some designs, patterns. This donut will help architecture and civil engineers. So this is mostly used for mechanical. So donut kind of shape you all aware of. So that kind of shape can be done. So it has some inside circle and outside circle with the same center. So let me specify the center. This is the center, and inside diameter we will be specifying the diameter. So let's specify the diameter 250, and the outside diameter let's specify 500. So the gap between it is this white closed area. Okay, so you can change it also if you don't need that white closed area. So for that, not only for this, for that rectangle, for that polyline, that closed area, you can change with the fill. Okay, that fill option is there. So fill mode you can off it, and then you have to regenerate it, as because it is already generated as a fill and you have done the fill. So then you have to regenerate. So regenerate option is there. So then you have to regenerate after changing anything. You have to regenerate. Okay, so this kind of effect, if you need these things, and if you explode it, suppose if you ever explode it, you will get only one single circle with this is not a closed circle. You will get only 2 arc with or semicircle, you can say. You will get 2 semicircles if you explode it. Okay, so you can select again and press Ctrl 1, and you can change anything. Right, these things you can change. Properties are available. So this is for today. We will explore other things in next class.